Hi, my name is Chasu Cat, and today I just want to make a video to rant about a little personal problem of mine, and it relates to the previous video where I was searching through the entire fields to look for that one little gadget, and unfortunately I couldn't find it. However, I found out that I actually lost two things. I not only lost the little gadget, but I also lost the receiver to my audio. Now, normally when I'm done recording, I will just walk to my phone, I will unplug the receiver and then just look at the gallery to check for the video and audio quality. What I didn't realize is that, my hand just took it out and just dropped it on the floor. It didn't put in the pocket, it didn't put in the bag. And to be honest, I don't even remember what I did particularly at the time because I was so focusing on checking the videos. My hands just autopilot and just drop the receiver on the fields, and it just took me 5 hours to scour through, trim through the grass. I was crawling on all fours, searching through. I looked like a maniac to the to those neighborhood, and fortunately I did find it, but I couldn't find the little gadget. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because this is actually a personal problem of mine that I've ignored for way too long. Because right now I am living independently from my family, and I can't really afford to lose important things. Now, to start with, I probably titled the video that I'm a very forgetful person, because that's what my mom would have scolded me then throughout most of my childhood, throughout my life. She always says, it's like, why do you keep losing your stuff? You're such a forgetful boy. Now, at the time, we kept calling it as I'm very forgetful. So I just thought this maybe I'm a very forgetful person, and I can't remember a lot of things, and I just associate my problems with that, and then just kept living through my life because I thought it is what it is. How could I change this? But then, as I grow older, I start to realize, well, that's not true. That's because it's not that I'm forgetful. I actually remember a lot of things. I have a lot of memories. My sense of direction is very good. I remember every single subject that I studied for, and memories is not my problem here. My problem is I am very absent-minded. Normally I would say 心不在焉, my heart is not here. Only when I learn this now that I realize it's like, okay, I can solve this. I am in control of my own problems. And for disclaimer, I am not making this video I'm not talking about the scientific or biological truth to my problems, like why I keep forgetting things. Instead, I want to focus on the surface level problems that I still have. And, until I solve that, I shouldn't be, diving deeper into to blame onto maybe I have ADHD, or maybe I have a brain problem, or maybe just I need to see a doctor, or maybe just I self-diagnose myself with mental problems. No, instead, this video is about this all these reasons sooner or later I learn more about myself, and learning from my failures and learning a lot of experiences from other people as well. And this is why I realized there are three main things that's why I keep losing my things. Number one is I don't pay attention to details. And what I mean by that is that I don't remember the particular detail where I put the things, where are its specific location. For example, I let's say I do not know where my phone I do not know where my phone is. Normally, reasonably, logically, I will say that, oh, my phone is in this pouch, it's probably in the bag, or it's probably in my pocket. Now, compared to my girlfriend, she probably knows where all over like skincare routine, all the bottles wherever they are, no matter it's in this drawer, this drawer, this drawer, or the slide. She'll know exactly where she put it in her bag, where where all the stuff that's in the fridge. It's just like she knows to the exact detail where all the spice bottles are. And I myself, I do not share that kind of skills. Instead, I'll just say it's in the kitchen. So that's what it means, when I don't pay attention to details. Number two, I am actually very disorganized as a person. It is still a work in progress. That's like, my room is still very messy. Whenever I come back to my room, I will just put my stuff down on the table, on the bed, on the drawer, in the drawer, on the balcony, on the floor. I'll just put my stuff down and just carry on with my life. And in the results of that, my stuff is just everywhere. And then if I have to find it, I'll just flip through the entire room just to find it. That's because, sorry. What I should have done is that I should have put my stuff in the box. Maybe I should have put it in the box. I should have put my wallet in this box. I should have put my keys in that box. I should have put my stuff in this bag, in this pouch. And right now, I learned this, like, I need stuff like this. This is my personal pouch, where I just put all my stuff in here. My notebook, my keys, my phone, my wallet, my earphones. It's all in this one pouch. Back then, I never had this. I'll just put stuff in the pocket and then I'll just lose all my things. That's number two. Now, point number three is something that what my girlfriend noticed. Credit to her. She's the one who spotted. When there were times when I was looking for my stuff, she realizes is that my mind is so focused, so like tunnel vision onto one thing. Meanwhile, my body was like doing everything else. So I will give an example. Let's say I'm trying to look for my phone again, and at the time my hands had like a notebook and a wallet. So what I'll do is that first I'll just put my stuff down, and then I'll just scour through the bag, taking things out one by one until I find it. And if I can't find it, I'll just move on to the next bag. I'll scour through the drawer, the living room, the kitchen, the floor, the bed. And then, by the time I do find my phone, I probably like flip through the entire house, and it looked like it got mugged. And believe it or not, when I do find my phone, I probably forgot where my wallet is, because at the time I don't remember putting it down, or I don't remember where specifically where I put it down. I just know that at the time my mind was like, all right, put it down first. I need my hands, put it down first and start searching through the room. But I didn't focus where I put it. And then when I tried to find my things, I didn't put things back. Everything is just everywhere. That's what it means to be disorganized. This is what it means to not pay attention. And this is what it means to just autopilot. It's about time I start like doing things with intention. Start remembering where I put things. Have focus. What am I doing? Remember to start putting things back. Putting all the stuff that I threw out, all the bags I scoured through. Put things back the way they were before I move on. And my life would have been much simpler. I wouldn't have to gone through so much failure and so much shame and disgrace. As I lost so much stuff, so much money was lost, time wasted, and shame, embarrassment. And it's like, of course I always thought that this was something that I wasn't in control of. I probably blame it on genetics, because me and my mom, we have similar problems. Both of us are the only people that I know that will have this memory issue, that always forgetful, just put things around. I look at her, she forgets like where to put her handbag, she forgets her phone, she forgot to bring her keys all the time. Always, she always forgets to bring the phone out the house. Both of us, that's like she blames her memory, I blame genetics. And then when I look at my dad, they have no issue. My brother has no issue. None of our relatives have this issue. It's just both of us. Well, that's because we shared similar in the sense that we we don't focus. We can focus one thing at a time. And the side, maybe I can't multitask. My mind is just like a single thread CPU. And I always thought that it is what it is. Well, that's not true. It's about time I learn from my mistakes, learn from my failures, and start listening to people. And it's actually, I need to stop like blaming things onto things I thought I didn't have in control. But in truth, this was things we actually have in control. All of this all of these are just surface level problems. Maybe none of you guys have, and it's just me, And this video is like a wake up call to myself that to learn from it, and maybe it's also a video to you guys as well. So some of you guys, and if you know someone in your life, your friends, your family who has suffered from this same problem, you physically saw them, doing the exact same thing that I did, show them this video so that we can learn it together as well. The side we it's not that we're forgetful. It is just that we were absent-minded. 心不在焉. So that's the end of this video. So bye bye.